The following histogram shows the results of a mental mathematics test. We want to write a brief report. Well, I'm not actually going to write a report, but I'm going to point out some things that I think should be in that report. First of all, I may well mention that the 10 is an outlier. I might mention that apart from the outlier, the highest mark was 7, the lowest mark was 1. And then when we look at the main body of the data, we can see most of the data is actually at this end, and then it stretches out this way. Now remember, that's called a negative skew, or a skew to the left. So I would mention that about the main body, or the large cluster of the data. We could work out things like the median and the range. Well, the range is 10 take away 1, which is 9, if we include the outlier, and the range is going to be 7 take away 1, which is 6, if we exclude the outlier. These are the sorts of things that you can put in. Now, you can debate whether you should include the outlier or not, and in this case I'd say you should, because that is an actual mark that somebody got in a test. It's not an anomalous piece of data in the sense that it's actually a real piece of data. So, but these things can still be mentioned and discussed. I mentioned the median before, and we've seen how to calculate the median in previous examples. So we look at the heights of the bars, and that's how many pieces of data they represent. So that's 6, and that's just one single person. So that's 2, 5, 10, 20, 27, 33, 34. So we know there's 34 pieces of data here. We do 34 add 1 divided by 2, that gives us 17.5. So we want to know where the 17th and 18th pieces of data are. So if we do a cumulative frequency on this, that's 1, then 2 pieces of data, then 5, then 10. 17 is the last one here. So that bar is the 5 bar. So the 17th score was 5. That means the 18th score was a 6, which gives us a median equal to 5.5. And these are things that can be mentioned, and maybe just looking at this you can spot some more things, and maybe if I looked at this another day I can spot some more things, and maybe I might have missed some of these. So it's not a case of everybody's going to get the same answer when you're asked to write a brief report, but you should try to get the most obvious things, things like the range and the median, mention of a possible outlier, the shape. These are all things that you ought to get.